Hello and welcome to All About Billings. We are a show dedicated to discovering the people who make Billings a great place to work and live. We will interview local business people, entrepreneurs, community leaders, artists, entertainers, and we will learn all about their successes, their failures, and their connection to Billings. I'm your host, Nancy Brook, broker and owner at Billings Best Real Estate. And today it is my pleasure to have with me Tresia and Malia from the Billings Backyard Theater. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you, and it's a pleasure for us, I can already guarantee it.
Well, ladies, Billings Backyard Theater. I bet a lot of people have not heard of it, so why don't you tell us a little bit about what it is?
So Billings Backyard was started in 2013 by a local couple, Amanda and Matt McCabe, and they started it as a way to kind of like find a niche for up-and-coming actors, usually about teenage age, to have a place in the community theater to form their skill and explore. It stayed with them, and then it was 2018, 2019 where it was handed?
Yes.
It was handed off to Travis Keene, Lexi Cooper, and Mia Anderson. And then, of course, COVID kind of shut the whole world down. And after that, Backyard has really been focusing on growing and kind of reclaiming that niche area and becoming a point of interest, a point of celebration and acceptance in our community. Since then, we've been focusing on growing.
Yeah.
Our largest accomplishment as of yet was we led Rent in the Babcock this past January, which was absolutely thrilling. And we're hoping to keep growing and to keep bringing in these interesting, topical, thought-provoking shows here in town.
Well, that is amazing, though. So, like, you do things in theaters, but you also told me before the show that you sometimes even do things outside, thus backyard theater, right? So
correct.
How does this all work? How do people find you and how do you get gigs?
Well, mostly Travis Keene, who is the artistic director, does our lineup for the year. And then we reach out to people and ask them, hey, can we do this in your backyard? Or we go to places like Moss Mansion. We've done some things in Moss Mansion. We've done things in Thirsty Street. We've been in parks. I mean, it's just wherever we can. And Casual Space, I guess, is another one. We do a lot of stuff in there. We just kind of go by what he has decided to do, and if it would work in like a backyard, or if it would work in the park, or if we actually have to have a building to do it in. So, and for people to get hold of us, we do have a website. It's backyardtheater.org. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, so you can get a hold of us on any of those platforms.
So what kinds of performances have you done in the past, let's say 6 months to a year?
So we do various cabarets, we do musicals, straight plays. We mentioned Rent. We, after that, did 35 millimeter, which was Tresia, lovely Miss Tresia Bennett here, was actually the director.
Yes.
And it was a joint project between the director and his partner, who was a photographer. And each song in the show is actually based around one of the photographs from this series.
So basically it's a cabaret with photographs. As far as I know, I have been the first one to actually block it and do it as a
set show.
Set show, yes. Usually it's just a band and people going up and singing, but I did all the...
So you had a storyline behind it then.
I did.
So did you write it then? You wrote the performance, I mean the play?
No, I didn't write it. We just did the songs, but I did choreograph.
Okay.
Everything.
Interesting.
And with help, because it was my first time directing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, you guys have been doing this a long time, so help me out here. But I had specific things that I wanted them to do, and then I kind of let them fill in the spots that didn't have a lot of activity in them at the time. So,
and that we actually did in Nova in their black box theater.
Yep.
And we really put forward this idea of working together with the other community theaters to, you know, each one has their own kind of light and spirit, and we want to combine those to make this something new and fascinating between the theaters, bringing their own strengths.
But to me, it's just really interesting that you don't have a space.
no.
You don't really have a set group other than you have board members, and you all kind of come together to make these things happen. And it's just all out of the love of theater, right? I mean, you don't make good salaries doing this, right?
No.
I get paid richly in joy and personal fulfillment.
Yes. Yeah, being a nonprofit there, you know, there's not a lot of money right now. So
Of course.
that's why we do a bunch of fundraisers during the year to try and so we can do all this stuff.
Yeah, and when she mentioned Veterans Park, we actually one of our main big fundraisers is our banquet that we're doing August 9th at Veterans Park. It's 3 to 7?
3 to 7:30.
3 to 7:30, where we have food as well as a silent auction and a 50-50 raffle. And we're going to be playing doo-wop through speakers, but we're also going to have some like special guest artists.
They're going to come and sing some doo-wop songs.
Come and sing some doo-wop. But all of our performances are put on with the hope of building the coffers. The banquet is just one of our really big ones, and it's especially this year we're wanting to utilize it to really build the coffers for the sake of Ride the Cyclone that we're doing in January, which is going to be our kind of big show-off piece, what we're aiming for, which would also be through Nova.
Right.
But because it's the tickets are $20 for the banquet.
Correct.
And so the banquet's different than the August event, or is it the same
No,
thing?
the banquet is the same thing. August 9th is our barbecue banquet.
You said, okay, so I heard barbecue, but it's a banquet. So it's $20,
right.
and you get to eat, and you get some performance, and then you can contribute to the 50-50, maybe win.
Right, and we also have
some
a silent
auction.
auction. Yeah.
Yes. The baskets are provided by members of the board, members of the community, given freely. God bless. Thank you. And we want it to be like just as entertaining as it is delicious, and come be part, you know, even if you're not a regular volunteer, this is a massive way to help make sure that the theater can thrive and bring in the shows that our community wants to see and hear. Ride the Cyclone is definitely, we announced it and people got a lot of buzz. So if you want to see it or be in it, come support and make sure that it happens. It's a really interesting show. It has a large technical aspect.
Which we are working on.
Which we are working on. And so in order to bring the vision to life and do the show itself justice, please do come by the banquet. Come by our cabarets and our various shows to, you know, do that part of it if you want to support, and we hope you do.
So what is you said it's, what about the Cyclone? I'm sorry, I missed the first part.
Ride the Cyclone.
Ride the Cyclone. Okay, so Ride the Cyclone. So what is it about?
It's a really interesting, it's kind of like a dark comedy in some ways.
Okay.
It's about these 6 students who pass while riding a roller coaster called the Cyclone.
Oh.
And it's, their spirits are summoned by Karnak. It's like one of those fortune reading machines. If you ever saw Big.
I know all
Like a
about
Zoltron.
that, yes.
And so this omniscient
Johnny Carson used to do that. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you might be too young for that.
I recognize the name.
Yes, I do. He wore that hat. Yes.
And this omniscient fortune reading machine brings their souls together and has the power to bring one of them back to life. And so the show is this...
It's like a contest.
It's a contest of these spirits to see who gets to live their life again, to survive the crash.
Sounds cool.
It is it's hilarious and it's very touching. It's very heartfelt. It's this examination of like what makes a life worth living, the differences in our lives, what are the joys of getting to live, and the acceptance and all, not celebration, but the regard of what death means.
Right.
And so it's one of those shows where I can tell you about it and you'll listen and you'll go, what?
That's interesting. Yes,
it's very
intriguing. Yes.
It's very intriguing, but it's definitely, it's an experience of a show. I highly recommend even just looking up short videos of it on YouTube to get kind of a vibe for.
And it is a musical.
It is a musical.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, one of the most famous songs. One of the characters has this almost operatic Jane Doe's lament or aria, and each character kind of has their own genre of music when they sing and compete for their right to live again. So it's, even if there's an aspect of the show that you're not vibing with, there will be a song that kind of gets you wiggling in your seat or just really invested.
And so what is the target date for that?
January 17th.
Okay.
It'll be over 2 weekends. I believe it's 17th to 19th, and then
Where's
The
that?
following week after
the
that.
following weekend after
23rd
that.
to 25th, I think.
Yeah.
Great. Well, that sounds really fascinating. Like,
Yeah.
just so many aspects. You have that dark
16th
humor.
to 18th.
16th to
Ha-ha.
18th.
Yeah, and
So
23rd
mark
to
your
25th.
calendar. No trips to Hawaii or anywhere else. Stay in Billings
Yeah.
for the theater.
Try not to party too hardy without us, if you at least invite us. And we'll be doing that through Innova.
But we also, in October, we have Arcana coming up, and then we do a Queen's Cabaret at Thirsty Street in November.
What's Arcana?
It's a 12 short plays.
Huh. Okay.
Because it's 6 or 12.
It's
still a work in progress. And
it's
we're-
based on tarot cards.
yeah,
Interesting.
there's like short plays and monologues based on the individual cards in the tarot, and it's still being written to fulfill the whole tarot deck. And our plan for when we perform is to have these all ready, and then to actually draw the cards each night and to do whatever is pulled, so that each performance is a unique experience. It's its own reading of the night.
That's cool.
Yeah, Travis is a master at finding these niche little shows that you just don't hear of, but are so fascinating, and they make you think. And I think that's what I find most interesting about what we normally do in our roster for our seasons, is we have the shows that I've never heard of, and those are the best ones to me.
So how did you both get involved in this to begin with? Because obviously it was up and running, and then the people who founded it moved on to somewhere else, and then now here you are, board members.
Travis is my son, so
The reverse of grandfathered in, you could say.
yeah. No, I helped him out quite a bit, and then when they decided to go nonprofit, he's like, well, Mom, will you be a board member just so that we can get this nonprofit status? And then I've just continued.
Next thing you know, you're directing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because Travis has been part of the theater community here for decades.
Yeah. Since he was young. Yeah.
So you've never had an innate interest yourself in theater, but because of your son, you...
Well, actually, I did.
Okay,
In high school
okay.
and college, I did do.
Okay.
I am a musician, so I do music and theater. But you start having kids, you focus on them. I got out of it for a while. I came back when we did Willy Wonka at it wasn't Nova then, it was the other one. Venture.
Oh, that was a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, and Travis is like, hey Mom, why don't you audition with me for this? So I did, and we both got in. So I did that one, and then I didn't do it anymore because the audition process just scares the heck out of me. So I was like, I don't like doing that.
Which is valid. The audition process is harrowing for anything.
And that show was a big show. I mean, there was a lot of people, and I had to sing in front of people I've never met, and which helped me because now I do that almost every weekend now.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I'm going to take a break from that for a while, and then they couldn't find people for Hedda, and next thing I know, I'm got this big part in Hedda. So, and then Hamlet was the same way. I ended up doing 5 characters in Hamlet. He goes, I don't have enough people. Can you do these? He told me 2 characters. I ended up doing 5. So, it's been fun. I only do the acting part if they really need me to. Otherwise, I'm the behind the scenes. I'm the one that runs the sound and the lights and.
Okay. And directs now.
Directs now, yes.
And how about you? How did you get involved in performing?
So I'm a musician. My dad was a musician. So that aspect of it I was always part of for a long time. And then when I first moved up here from Texas for my undergrad, which I got through MSU Billings, represent. My vocal instructor at the time, Doug Nagel, was part of Rimrock Opera. And so when they did operas, especially at Nova, I got involved there. And I'd done theater camps when I was little, and I did Les Mis in my high school. So always had an interest. It just wasn't as forward as music itself. And then it was through Little Night Music that I actually met Travis. And just a charming little lad. And really enjoyed working with him, enjoyed working with Nova. Did performances on and off through my undergrad, left for a couple years to get my master's down in Kansas. And when I came back, Travis had at that point taken over Backyard. And I love being part of community theater. And I felt drawn to helping him kind of regrow this particular theater. And so did performances over the years since I moved back in 21. And this past year, I got an opportunity to be on the board, and I went, absolutely. So our most recent performance, we were actually Captain Scurvy's Black Dragon Den,
right.
One of the new restaurants here in town that took over the Fieldhouse location. We are their standing weekend performers, and we've done the Renaissance fairs for a couple years now. But Die Hinterhofspieler, which means the backyard players. And yes, I had to practice that in the mirror a couple times, just for fun. But so that's been our standing performances, and we're presented by Backyard. So not directly, but not directly related.
Right. Because you're just with that theater group, but then you're doing these other things as well.
Absolutely.
As a performer.
Yes. And that's how I got in, was I happened to meet Travis through a different acting opportunity, and he's been stuck with me ever since. Bless him. But yeah, and we're open to actors and actresses of all experience. If you've done it for years, if this is your very first performance, like, we want to be one of the theaters that we want people to feel safe and to join us.
I love that, because just imagine, I mean, even just maybe a young teenager wants to get started in acting, has no idea how to get started, no opportunities, and it can be intimidating, like you said, trying to audition for something and you don't even really know what you're doing yet. And so you need that mentoring, that nurturing, that opportunity. And it sounds like that's what you're doing.
Absolutely. In our performance of 35 millimeter, one of our actresses it was her first performance ever that she'd done. And we were so thrilled to have her. And we seek out, we want to be that safe space. So is auditioning, like, can it be stressful and a bit overwhelming? Of course, every new thing is.
Of course.
But don't think that if you walk in the door and forget your lines that you're going to be chased out with a mallet, you know?
Or next. Like
yeah.
you see on TV, next.
Get like the shepherd's hook from off screen. So that's what we really strive for, is to not only bring a niche of these interesting shows, but to open our arms to people who are new to the community or people who have been in it and want to see another aspect of theater behind the scenes and the shows that can be done and our interpretations. That's the best thing about art, after all, is all the ways it can be.
It must take quite a commitment when you're putting on a performance, right? And this is all a nonprofit. And I'm sure you have rehearsals probably almost every night and probably for weeks on end to get everything right. That's got to be stressful.
It is. For 35 millimeter, we did a 6-week process.
Okay.
For me, I did rehearsals Monday through Thursday, and then you had Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, because I think you need that recoup time. And it's a musical, so you're belting, the whole time. So I didn't want their voices to get to where they couldn't hardly sing on, opening night. So for me, being the scared person in auditions, I tried to make it so it wasn't so terrible for my actors. I mean, I don't know how I did. They didn't complain.
Well, and it sounds like, though, even if, like if you're just starting out, there might be some small little parts you could do to be a part of it, to be involved, to understand how the whole thing works, because it might be intimidating to do a big role if it's your first time doing it.
I'm very proud of our theater because I feel that all of our people that are involved are those that are patient and welcoming. We have people who've been doing theater, like Travis, who's been doing it for 20 some odd years and is one of the most patient, accessible directors I've worked with. Tresia's all right. And then going all the way through, people who have been doing it about a decade, people who've been doing it a couple years, or like our actress who was the very first time. There is a validity, there is something that you bring to a show no matter your experience level, and that's why you need to audition, just to try. And we do, like our cabarets, we might have a couple of rehearsals beforehand, and that's mostly just getting up, singing, maybe some minor choreography, to full-blown productions, which will have those several week processes. And it is a time commitment, but it's
so fun.
It's so much fun. And there are very few bonds you make like the people you work with in a show.
Sure.
And especially I always like to tease that it's like school for big kids, like adults. We get to make friends, you see each other regularly.
It's just like a if you're involved in sports, same thing, or I imagine if you're in a band and preparing for something.
Absolutely. You spend time with people and
have that connection.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of my best friends that I've made have been through our community theater. And part of that is you have a base level of similar interest because you're doing a show, but it's also there's a certain level of vulnerability and openness you need to have when you're in a show to be able to look at someone and really connect and make that scene happen. Get beyond the point of I'm saying lines to I am this person in this moment and connecting with that other person. I'm the biggest, what's the word I'm thinking of? Triumph. Champion. There it is. Ha-ha. Champion of the value of community theater, for sure. And don't be afraid of the stress, because when you're with a good group of people, it won't feel like a burden. It'll feel like an opportunity.
So, yeah, because you can imagine most people have jobs, and then they have to come do this in the evening, I would imagine, for 2-3 hours. Yeah. So it takes up a lot of time.
It does.
And so that can be stressful, but it sounds like you get done and you're like, wow, that was really fun.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's one of the few things that I've found where at the end of the night, even if it's been a couple of hours, that I want to stay even longer. You know, that you want to keep trying the scene and finding little moments to, oh, what if we try this? What if we try this? And you get so caught up in that process that your lovely director goes, okay, good night. And you're like, really? Already? Are you sure?
Yes.
But, you know, of course it's valid to come at it with uncertainty and going, oh man, this is a big commitment. This is a lot of time. When in doubt, do the audition process. And if you're called to be in it and you go, this might be a bit much for me, just communicate with your director and with the other actors, because we want you there. We want you there. And we want to make it work. We want you to feel like you belong and that you can do it. And when you're tired, we'll bring you a Red Bull and give you a pat on the back.
So you can do it. And I guess that must be nice too, to have people who believe in you.
Yeah.
Even if it's your first time acting. Just that they're counting on you, they believe in you, they're here for you. That must be really gratifying.
It's connection, I feel like in general, is we don't do it as much because we're so in our private lives and in our private devices and all of that, that to really connect with other people means a lot. It really means a lot.
It did for me. I was a shut-in for a while, and the theater brought me out, so.
It's easy to be that way, though. It's easy to just kind of be reclusive into your own little world, and it's not that, I mean, you love people, obviously, but it's easy to get into that mode.
It is. We had some tragedies happen, Travis and I did, so because of that, we lost his little brother. So I went into a depression for about a year and a half. And this theater is the reason I'm out here now. They helped me.
Helped you reconnect.
They did.
With people and the world.
They did.
That's amazing. Well, and tell us where we can find out more about the shows that are upcoming. So the event that's happening August 9th. 3 to 7?
7:30 at Veterans Park.
Okay, and the tickets are $20, and you can purchase those on the website?
You can purchase them on the website. I do have it up and going.
Okay, great.
Or you can buy a ticket at the door if you don't want to go out and use our website.
Backyardtheater.org if you want to buy it in advance. And then is your calendar of events published yet?
It is out there, including the cabarets that are coming up.
We have a Disney cabaret at Scurvy's Black Dragon Den this next weekend.
Yes, 18th and 19th.
18th and 19th, and we're doing your Disney classics, so please come sing along.
Then we have the Arcana,
which is going to be at Casual Space. Tickets are available. The dates on that, I don't have the top of my head.
Arcana is October 10th, 11th, 12th, and 17th, 18th, 19th.
And that's the one that's based off of the tarot that will have a different reading every night.
And tickets will be available in September is when I post those.
Wonderful. And then we talked about the January.
Well, there's a November Queen's Cabaret at Thirsty Street.
Okay.
Queen's Cabaret. We get all of our big boss singing ladies together. And so we like to have an event that really highlights our feminine talent.
Awesome.
And then we do have the Ride the Cyclone
in January.
Great. And that's going to be the end of our season.
Okay, and backyardtheater.org
Backyard
is where we can find all that information. And,
correct.
And then if you want to donate, you can contact you.
Well, there's a donation
right
page.
On site. Wonderful.
Right on site.
Or come to the event and have some food.
Yes.
And enjoy that. And then do a 50-50 raffle. You might win.
We have tons of cute little baskets coming up. I know of, what are some of the ones that we have?
Well, my company is doing one. We do like signs out of wood. My sister and I do.
Okay.
So we have a basket with that.
Personalized signs. I know someone's doing like a crochet basket.
I have one coming from Knockout Beauty.
Wonderful. Well, ladies, it has been a pleasure to have you here today, and I can't wait to hear more about all of the exciting performances you're doing. And it sounds like some good ones coming up. And I
Yes.
hope I can make it to some.
We'll be glad to see you there, Miss Nancy. I'll be looking for your face in the crowd.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us today, and we hope to see you next time on All About Billings.